Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
Well, good morning and happy Tuesday, everybody. 24-hour temperature cast going to look strikingly similar to the one we had yesterday. Might even see a few spots get a little hotter and stay there for even a little bit longer as we try to remove a little bit of the humidity. It's not going to not be humid, but maybe it won't be as icky sticky this afternoon. And of course, drier air does heat up a little bit better. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Instead of 95 feeling like 105, maybe it'll be 97 feeling like 105. Anyway, you look at it, going to be hot, going to be humid, going to be uncomfortable again this afternoon. And there's likely not going to be enough showers really to cool things down for most of us. Yesterday, we did see some showers in some of the southeastern parts of the Big Bend and closer to the I-75 corridor. I think that's where we can find some of those showers again today, but I just don't love the setup that we've got here for any kind of widespread relief from all the hot, hazy, and humid. We're at 73 right now in Thomasville. We're at 75 in Valdosta. We're at 78 degrees in Tallahassee. So we're starting kind of warm, 72, 73. That's more normal. These temperatures will try to scooch down a little bit between now and about 7:30, 7:45 this morning, but they're not going to drop much. And I see those dew point temperatures still 73s and up in our locations, which means it does feel exactly the way you think it feels outside. Glasses are going to fog up the whole 9 yards again. All around the region, we're talking mostly like 73 to 78. There's a 70 in Blakely, there's a 79 at Apalachicola, but most of us in that littler window. Now, as far as the breeze goes, there isn't much, and I don't think there's going to be much out there. So this morning, we'll be looking for some fog, especially in some of our eastern areas. Right now, so far, so good. Most of the visibility is better than 5 miles. Up in Homerville, down to just 1/4 mile. Now, as far as the overall pattern goes, still haven't had a lot of change, and we're likely not going to have a lot of change today or tomorrow. By Thursday, maybe we can start to see this little weak boundary fizzling out a little bit. Right now, what that really is a little dividing line between some more drier air to the north and more humid air to the south. Higher pressure from the south is likely going to start winning that war and pushing everything a little away. So the humid is going to start winning out, and that means we're going to have better chances to bring in more afternoon showers, probably after tomorrow. For today, the chances are slim, and you see the Futurecast wants to paint all those showers near the I-75 corridor. We could find a couple of isolated showers further back to the west and even further to the north. So I'm not saying there are zero chances for showers. It just doesn't feel like it's a really good chance for especially South Georgia or western parts of the Big Bend. But fingers crossed we catch a couple of showers or at least get some of those outflows that brings in that little push of cooler air and a few clouds to help slow down some of that afternoon heat, which can really get old in a hurry, especially now that we've been dealing with it for a couple of months. Let's talk tropics. We look out there across the Atlantic. Got a couple of swirly masses we'll take a look at. This first one that's way up there near St. John's, Newfoundland, that is that area that's been racing away from the United States, and it continues to move off to the north and east. It's likely going to run into some cooler waters and fizzle out, but it looks like it's got some life. If we slide a little further south from there, that's the one in the middle of the Atlantic that we've been watching since it was over near Africa last week. Yesterday, it was up to a 70 or an 80% chance for some development over the next week. Well, now it's down to a 40 or 50% chance. It looks a whole lot different today and a lot less vigorous than it did at this time yesterday morning. Let's go back close to home here on the Gulf, where the winds will be out of the west and northwest today. Not an ideal wind direction for some showers and storms, but I still think we've got the chance to get at least a few. Otherwise, decent conditions for the boaters again, with the winds less than 12 knots and the seas less than 2 feet. 70s this morning and 80s quickly, warm, muggy. I'm going to go with mostly clear. So, yeah, that moon's going to look full. It'll officially be full this afternoon, so we'll call it a full enough moon out there this morning. How about upper 90s, hazy sunshine, hot, humid, limited showers, but not zero. There can be a few if you're lucky. Fingers crossed and hope we get some. Tonight, any of the showers that do fire up fizzle out. We stay in the 70s. It's the same story again tomorrow. Very little changing today, tomorrow compared to what we had yesterday. As we get to Thursday and Friday, at least now it starts to feel like we've got some better shots for showers and storms. And that might actually even turn into a more typical early August forecast. I'm watching a little bit of energy across the middle of the country. Maybe it can enhance a few shower chances by like Friday night. It's a little early to get on that bandwagon just yet, but for the time being, got hot and humid today.